The story begins with a simple fishing incident. That day, the sea was calm. A sailor threw a plastic bottle into the sea out of whim. When the fishing net was pulled up, a strange scream was heard. Some mysterious creature was trapped inside the net. After that, the scene shifts to a coastal region. A group of trained military officials arrives at a small fishing village. After a rigorous examination, they see their target. It was that mysterious creature the fishermen had caught. The fishermen had brutally killed it and brought it to the village, hoping to earn money. The military was taking this deep-sea monster very seriously. In myths, people call them sea monsters, but according to modern biology, they are ancient aquatic creatures that walk upright. Simply put, sea humans. At first, it wasn't a big enough matter to catch the attention of high-ranking military officials until they found a pearl in the creature's jaw. It wasn't a naturally formed pearl, rather, it had been attached as an ornament. For thousands of years, only humans have done such a thing. Clearly, these sea humans possess sufficient intelligence. Seeing this, the Black Commander becomes as excited as discovering a new continent and decides to scan the creature's body deeply. After everyone leaves, Barclay slowly approaches the body of the sea human. He prays in his heart, thinking that regardless of anything, this is a lost life. Afterward, Barclay and his team go to the seashore with special equipment. Following the commander's orders, they begin sending translation pulses into the deep sea. He hoped it would be possible to establish communication with this intelligent aquatic race. As the night grew deep, the soldiers guarding the sea human's corpse were chatting. Suddenly, they noticed something strange. Water began to leak through the hard cement floor, and the place became soft like a swamp. Before a female soldier could understand anything, half of her body sank underground. Even after trying to save her, her companion failed. A black hand pulled him down as well. Then, a black shadow rose quickly over the water, took the hanging corpse of the sea human, and vanished. Within moments, the alarm rang at the base. Soldiers rushed to the scene only to find that the sea human's body and the two guards all had disappeared. The previously soft swamp had turned back into a hard road. Barclay noticed something under the floor and pulled out a chair from there. When the commander tried to contact his missing soldiers via walkie-talkie, blurred sounds were heard from under the floor. As they dug the ground, they saw a mangled hand. Barclay, sitting by the sea, could not calm himself down. This was the first time he had seen a corpse directly. Fear had taken hold of his mind, but the commander was somewhat confused. They are members of a special UN intelligence team that deals with mysterious incidents that cannot be explained by science. Usually, everyone is expected to be used to bloodshed and strange sights. Barclay then admitted the truth. He was actually an ordinary office worker. Since the original person in charge went on leave, he was forced to come here. He had received no professional training and did not have the ability to face this danger. However, the commander told him that history is created through numerous small accidents, and these ordinary office workers are the witnesses to all great events. The commander basically wanted Barclay to stay. Then, the female leader of the team explained to Barclay that sea humans are not bloodthirsty animals. Long before the birth of humans, they had taken possession of the earth, but for the last few thousand years, they were in a state of sleep under the sea. Recently, the incidents of their appearance have been increasing. The intelligence team had known about their existence for a long time, but it was kept a secret. If they hadn't been asleep, perhaps humans wouldn't have been the owners of this earth. Suddenly, a sea human appears before everyone. The soldiers go into an alert position, and Barclay takes out his diary to start recording information. The commander tells the soldiers to put down their weapons and turns on the translator device. He proposes a peaceful discussion with the sea human. When the sea human makes a strange sound, the device translates it, revealing that he is blaming humans instead. The commander counters by arguing that the sea humans also killed 2 soldiers, so now the scores are even and they should talk. At that moment, the sea human becomes excited and states that he wants to talk to the entire human race. Right then, alarms go off on everyone's phones. It is seen that sea humans have started appearing publicly in all places across the world simultaneously. It seemed as if the real kings had returned, and they were the owners of this world. Their revelation creates a stir throughout the world. To understand their purpose, British officials quickly build a special pipeline next to the Empire State Building, which is directly connected to a canal. This was where the first formal meeting between humans and sea humans was supposed to take place. Kate, the head of the International Intelligence Team, is made the chief representative for this discussion. Although they do not belong to any specific country, at this moment, they are representing the entire human race. Before the meeting starts, the pipeline is filled with water. On the monitor, it is seen that several sea humans are quickly coming toward the hall. The sea humans who arrived first were very calm and grave. Then, some massive and terrifying deep-sea fish are seen. Finally, the sea human who is the chief representative of this discussion arrives. He looked much more human-like than his peers, and there was a mark of high intelligence in his expressions. The audience noticed that these sea humans could breathe outside of water as well, which means they have the capability to attack on land. At the beginning of the discussion, Dr. Jonathan welcomes the sea humans. When he starts giving a long speech, the sea human representative rudely stops him. Surprisingly, he has learned the human language. To lighten the mood, Dr. Jonathan presents a rare flower brought from Mount Everest as a gift. But instead, the sea human representative gives a dead sea human embryo as a gift. He says with intense anger that these children could have grown up happily, but they died of suffocation due to the oil, poison, and waste thrown by humans. Dr. Jonathan, getting nervous, tries to explain that humans are now trying to clean the sea. But the sea human representative gets angry and says he will no longer talk to him. He points to Barclay, the ordinary worker sitting in the back row. Everyone is surprised as to why an insignificant person was chosen. Then, it is shown on the monitor that Barclay is praying for that dead sea human. According to the sea human, only he who knows how to respect the dead is worthy of discussion. Barclay himself could not believe that he had become the center of the world's attention. Chief Kate was worried because one wrong word from Barclay could trigger a war. But the sea human representative was persistent. The next day, only 50 journalists are allowed for the discussion, and live telecast is banned. Barclay is strictly instructed not to say anything outside the script written on the screen. When the discussion begins, the sea human representative asks for a glass of water and specifically demands water from a certain river. The soldiers quickly bring a glass of muddy water from the river. The sea human representative tells Barclay to drink that water. Seeing the state of the water, Barclay hesitates. On the screen, he is told not to drink it directly but to talk about sterilization. But the sea human representative doesn't want to hear talk like politicians. Barclay remains silent for a while, takes off his headphones, and starts speaking from his heart. He says that humans are actually very foolish and selfish. For a little profit, they have pushed the earth toward destruction. Even during this discussion, numerous factories are dumping waste into rivers and seas. The sea human representative is very happy with his honesty and says, "I think you are my favorite human." But everyone in the hall is stunned because Barclay's confession has put humans in a weak position. Meanwhile, the intelligence team was continuing research on the sea human's corpse. They suspect that within this race, there is a natural network system through which they share information with everyone. The pearl in their throat might also play an important role. Then humans make a counter-move. Barclay promises that 50% of pollution will be reduced by the year 2065. But the sea human representative says this will be too late because their kind is dying every day. While Barclay was talking about budget and manpower problems, the sea human representative looked at the sky. Suddenly, for no reason, the entire city went dark. People thought a storm was coming, but instead of rain, millions of plastic bags, bottles, and trash started falling from the sky, which is called trash rain. The entire city was devastated. The waste humans had thrown into the sea has now returned to them. The wreckage of the Titanic ship landed in the middle of a New York street. World leaders, panicked, called for everyone to unite. After the disaster, the discussion begins again. This time too, Barclay requests to stay calm, but the sea human representative states plainly that he has only returned humans' things to humans. Then Kate instructs Barclay to propose signing a ceasefire agreement. The sea human representative agrees on 3 conditions. 1. Pollution in seas and rivers must be stopped immediately. 2. The territories of humans and sea humans must be separated. 3. All seas and waterways will be under their control. No human ships will sail there, and not even planes can fly over them. Hearing these conditions, island nations and countries dependent on imports and exports get furious, because closing sea routes means a death sentence for them. The sea human representative begins to laugh mockingly. Then, he makes his voice sound like a woman's and says that his third condition is the most important. He does not like discussing in this building made of bricks. He gives a coordinate as the location for the next discussion, which is one of the deepest ocean trenches in the world. Losing his sense of judgment, Barclay agrees to that condition as well. This was the explanation of the first and second episodes of the War Between the Land and the Sea series. For the next episode, like and comment on the video and subscribe to the channel.